Hey guys, welcome to another Jamaican Tales video. A Jamaican living in Germany. I still need to get accustomed to say that new intro. Earlier this year, I became a German citizen and I got my passport. And you can imagine, as a world traveler myself, how excited I was to travel with this document for the very first time. And that's what I'll be sharing in this video, my experiences traveling with the German passport for the first time to 3 different destinations: Tunisia, UK, and also to Italy. So stick around. Becoming a German citizen completely changed a lot of things for me as a traveler. I've traveled to more than 90 countries with my Jamaican passport. And the stories I can tell you, the ever so crazy requirements for visas, sometimes it felt like I was begging people, hey, please let me into your country so that I can spend my money and actually help your economy. With the Jamaican passports, I'm just only able to visit around 90 countries without a visa. That V word was just right there. It's like, okay, do I need a visa? And what's the process to get a visa? And what are the many things that I need to provide? And some of the crazy requirements that exist, like for visas for some of these countries, you would not believe. Even all the emotions that are involved when you're applying for a visa and sometimes just feeling like you're somewhat of a second-class citizen. It sometimes feel like I had to be pleading and begging and proving that, oh, I'm a good citizen. You're thinking about a lot of time that is invested to get these visas because you need to provide so many different documents. Yeah, you have to pay for these visas as well. And not just paying for the visa itself, but then if you need to make a trip to wherever, it's like, yeah, it has been frustrating sometimes over the past couple of years. With a German passport, a lot of those things don't exist anymore, or they're very, very, very low right now. One thing I recognize now is that I've become even a bit more spontaneous than I was before. I can just look at the map and I'm like, it would be nice to go to this place, and I don't need to be already thinking, oh, I need to get the visa and I need to go to this embassy, and is the embassy in NRV or is it in Berlin? I'm spending less time thinking about the other logistics and just saying, hey, I want to go there. And now with a German passport, it really is possible to just go there. Just like that, by getting the German passport, 100 more countries are now in the scope of places that I can just like say, yeah, you know what? I just want to go there. This passport kind of already helps me to save time, money, and my emotions. The German passport kind of gives this idea of open borders, or just the illusion of it. The entire immigration process, arriving at different borders or even leaving Germany and coming back to Germany, goes much quicker now. There are less questions. Less, why are you as a Jamaican visiting our country, and where is Jamaica? It's like these questions don't come anymore. I've already had this experience where they looked at the German passport and they're like, they couldn't figure out where it was. Everything is in German except for passports. If you have no idea what is Germany called in German, you kind of need to know how it looks to really know like it's a German passport. There's also an additional benefit that because I'm a dual citizen, so not only do I have the German passport, but combining both of these passports together to travel the world creates some very interesting scenarios. Some countries I do need a visa with the German passport, but with a Jamaican passport, I can go in visa free. This happened in, I think it was Botswana when I was traveling with a friend. With his German passport, he had to get a visa, and I was like, yes, finally, one country I can go in with my Jamaican passport without a visa. The combination is really cool, but also I must say, strange that I'm one person. I'm just one person. And depending on which of these documents I present at the border, it's a completely different story. It's like, if I give them this, they're like, no, you come on, welcome in. If I give them this, it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, we can't allow you in. The idea of a passport is something I've been just grappling with over the past couple months since becoming a German citizen. I'm like, yeah, I don't have the words for it. It's just a strange concept. When I applied for my German passport, I think it was probably the same day that I actually booked the flights to Tunisia, because I'm like, I need to celebrate this. And it's strange, like my way of celebrating is to actually fly to somewhere that before I would have needed a visa to go to. I'm currently at the airport, the Düsseldorf airport to be exact, and I'm about to jump on my very first flight for 2025. And it's a special flight for a lot of reasons. It's the first flight for the year, but the thing to top it all is that this is the first time that I'm traveling as a German, I recognized the difference instantly. I got to the airport, went to the check-in counter. She didn't ask me any questions at all. She just took the passport, she printed my boarding pass and gave it back to me. That went by so quickly. No questions asked. That was a good feeling. Here in Düsseldorf, they have two different lines. The lines for the citizens of the EU and also the line for other nationalities. When I was walking to it, this guy standing there is like, what type of passport do you have? And I must say, I felt so happy saying, German. And then I just went to that gate, placed my passport there, and of course it scans, you walk in, you take the picture, and then it just says, yeah, it's completed. And I walked right through it. No people. In less than a minute, this was done. After I left there, I was just standing there for like a couple of minutes, just saying, wow. Because I don't know, it just felt too quick to be true. Okay, so just made it to the hotel, just checked in. Went quickly, of course, at the immigration, gave him my passport, and he just asked me for the hotel address, showed him the booking confirmation, and I think he just asked me what's my occupation. That was it. Stamped the passport, went straight through. No visa, no nothing. Is it cool? Really nice morning. What?
سليم صباح لبيس شتم هذه
Okay.
كاميرات هي مخليها اجربها شوي.
Well, welcome to Tunisia.
تونسي راه تونسي اصيل.
Right back where it started a couple days ago. Getting here was also quite easy. At the airport in Tunis, I didn't even go to the check-in counter. I saw one of the machines and I just, okay, I'm just gonna try this. Printed my boarding pass. Somebody had to remove my middle name straight through security. That would have never happened before, because usually I have to go to the counter, they check the visa and all that stuff. And then getting back here, of course, it was just easy going. Getting off the plane, walking through, and yeah, scanning again at the machine. Definitely much easier, much quicker to travel with a German passport. If I was supposed to travel as a Jamaican there with my Jamaican passport, there's a long list of requirements that I need to provide. For example, there's a visa form you have to fill out as usual, a copy of the passport, copy of my residence permit, 2 passport pictures. I need to have a hotel reservation. The next thing also is that it would cost like 75 euros for the visa. 75 euros when I paid 140 for a round trip. So yeah, saving time, saving money, because not having to worry about, okay, is this visa gonna get accepted and do I have all the requirements and stuff? It's definitely a breeze. For the trip to Great Britain, I went to London specifically. This was also a very spontaneous trip because they also introduced an electronic travel authorization. And I was like, yeah, I want to go there before that is implemented, just to enjoy and to have the feeling of flying to UK with just my passport. Leaving was quite simple. There wasn't any complications there, but arriving, they had e-gates for the EU passport. So you could just walk there, scan your passport and walk through. I tried like 3 or 4 different machines and it just didn't work. And I was like, oh no, what was the problem? After failing a few times, I just went, there was like somebody sitting there. So I just went there, gave them my passport. And they just asked me like how long I was staying, and they stamped, and I could actually, no, they didn't even stamp the passport. My hypothesis is that because I've been to UK before, with my Jamaican passport. Years ago, I had a UK visa, and that was like for 6 months, and for that you had to pay 100 and I think it was 150 euros for a 6-month visa, because I traveled there with that passport, and now I'm coming there pretty much the same information being matched to their database. They're like, oh, wait a minute. So I think that's why that didn't work out. Just like that with a German passport and e-passport, you just walk through these gates, you don't even have to interact with any of these agents, and just like that, you're in the country. Just yesterday, I applied for the ETA for UK. I was surprised at how quick and easy this process was. In comparison to applying for a visa, electronic travel authorization is luxury. First, when I tried with the website, it was like, yeah, you have to wait 1 hour because it was the last day where you could get like this discounted price of like 12 euros. Like from today, it's 19 euros. And I was surprised at how quick that process was. Like, you scan the passport, take a picture of yourself. I just needed to enter my ID number, not my ID number, my address, and you pay the money. That was the process for this electronic travel authorization. Must say kudos, because that app is really cool. The fact that you can just, with your phone, you can scan your passport and all the information is there. This was around 10-11 p.m. and then by 2 o'clock in the morning there was the email saying that, yeah, it has been approved. Coming from the visa days, this is already luxury that you just, you just go there, you apply, and within a couple hours, yeah, you're granted this authorization. The final trip that I took was a trip to Italy, and of course Italy is part of the Schengen area just like Germany, so it's pretty much a domestic flight there. When I'm traveling in the Schengen area, and even to some other countries, for example like Turkey, I don't actually need to take my passport with me. My ID card is sufficient, which I kind of like because I have a bad track record of losing things. I had my ID card in my hand ready to show, and the guy didn't even look at the ID card. He just like, yeah, scanned the boarding pass, and that was it. Just leaving my passport at home and traveling with my ID card, it simplifies so many things. Because it's like right there in your wallet, you can just quickly pop it out and just use it for whatever purpose, instead of like having a separate pouch with the passport and of course hoping that I don't lose it at some point. So that was very much different from the previous trips, where when I'm traveling even within Schengen, then I had to take out my passport and sometimes even to show them my residence permit. Just looking back at some of the places that I wanted to visit and them saying, oh yeah, you need to fulfill this and this and this requirement, and these are countries that no, I can literally just book a flight and just go there without even having to contact an embassy. One of my biggest goals is to visit every single country in the world. So far, I've gotten really far, even with my Jamaican passport. Challenging, but I've gotten really far to visit more than 90 countries. I'm really happy that I got so far with my Jamaican passport. It's really cool that now, as a German citizen, that I can actually keep going after that goal, and it's going to be so much easier. I'm excited to see the different countries that I will be exploring for the rest of this year and the next coming years. You guys can stick around. You can look out for some of those videos as I share my experience traveling the world as a Jamaican. Thank you guys so much for coming along on this journey to Tunisia with my traveling my German passport for the first time, and see you in the next Jamaican Tales video.